Diesel oil, for so many jobs the obvious fuel, in so many places the only fuel. And the Land Rover, the sturdy vehicle for which no job is impossible, no place too difficult. What could be more natural than to bring the two together? After 10 years of successful Land Rover development, a worldwide success, for 75% of the Land Rover output goes overseas, the Rover company decided the time had come to expand their horizons still further. More and more jobs are being found for the Land Rover to do, and it is meeting every new demand with great efficiency. One step more was needed to make the Land Rover the truly universal vehicle, namely to produce it in both petrol and diesel versions. And that is what the Rover company have done. From now on, you can buy a Land Rover to run on the fuel of your choice. The new power unit is a diesel engine with a difference. Designed for the purpose by Rover engineers, it had to meet one basic requirement about which there could be no compromise. Its performance and reliability had to be in every way equal to that of the petrol engine, and yet fit into the same chassis. Rover inspection and testing is as rigorous as in the world. Now, the standards demanded for a fine petrol engine were demanded all at once for a brand new diesel. Quite a problem, even for the best of diesel designers, but the Rover men solved it. They produced a rugged 4-cylinder, 2-litre power unit, developing 52 brake horsepower at 3,500 RPM, and in every way the equal of its petrol-driven cousin, and yet so efficiently planned that it could be sold at a highly competitive price. For the engineer, a fascinating challenge met, a problem conquered. But for the customer, who already knows the unequaled reputation of the petrol-driven Land Rover, the new version differs in one way, the type of fuel he uses. Anything the petrol version can do, the diesel version can do just as well. The farmer, the builder, the contractor, at home or overseas, merely chooses his version to suit his particular fuel situation. All his other requirements, his Land Rover will meet as imperturbably as ever. The Land Rover, a thoroughly British product, is like the type of man Britain's countryside has bred for centuries past. Strong and skillful in tackling the hardest job of work, yet on social occasions, smart enough to hold his own with dignity and self-respect. And in these crowded days, when a vehicle may be called on to combine the functions of a truck and a car, that is very important. Clean lines are the necessary adjunct to sturdy performance. Royal event or local celebration, wherever men and women of the open air gather together, people used to judging quality in terms of performance, however exalted the occasion, at such places the Land Rover has long been a familiar sight. Nor are they present merely to carry the spectators. Once again, the Land Rover proves its worth. A vehicle powerful enough to pull a horse box with comfort, yet small enough to be easily maneuvered, is a godsend at these events, where there never seems to be quite as much parking space as is needed. And the occupant of the horse box might well add his own reasons for preferring a Land Rover. He naturally likes a towing vehicle that runs quietly and smoothly, so that he arrives fresh and unflustered, in a fit state to give of his best. This may not be your idea of the kind of event at which one expects to see diesel-driven vehicles, but why not? Petrol or diesel, the Land Rover looks the same and does the same job.